Hi everyone, welcome to Cache Walks. We're at Hadrian's Wall.
We're going to have a look around our large fort here and then have a look at the wall and of course find a geocache. So come with us and have a look at this really interesting place. Today we're heading north towards Scotland, stopping at Housestead, a Roman fort on Hadrian's Wall, a defensive wall that stretched 117.5 kilometres across England, built in the reign of the Roman Emperor Hadrian. Hadrian's Wall was the northwest frontier of the Roman Empire for nearly 300 years. Hadrian focused on defending the current borders of the empire. He believed in exploiting natural boundaries such as rivers for the borders. Britain, however, had no natural boundaries, so he built a wall to divide the province controlled by the Romans from the unconquered Celtic tribes in the north. There is another Roman wall built by the Emperor Antonine that briefly superseded Hadrian's until Roman legions withdrew back to Hadrian's Wall. It will feature in an upcoming cache walk. Hadrian's Wall runs along the hilltops here. It was a stone wall with a large ditch in front of it and behind it that crossed the whole width of the island. It is thought that following construction, and when fully manned, almost 10,000 soldiers were stationed on Hadrian's Wall. Let's go in the car park. Right, heading into the visitor centre for Hadrian's Wall now, and there's a bit of rain about, but we should get away with it. We should be able to have a look around okay. Not the perfect day for coming here. Soldiers were garrisoned along the line of the wall in large forts, smaller mile castles and intervening turrets.
In addition to the wall's defensive military role, its gates may have been customs posts. Housesteads is the most complete example of a Roman fort in Britain.
No drones, so we can't fly over the wall. Oh, the rain's right in our face here.
Oh, it's a bit like winter, isn't it?
It is. Winter back home.
Yes. What's that building up there?
I don't know.
Looks like
really weird.
Fun amusement park or something,
Sure.
doesn't it?
It's a long way to walk.
Oh, it's nothing for us.
Okay, how far to the first cache?
100 years of scouting and 312 metres.
312, okay.
It's got a trackable on it.
Okay, well we've got our tickets. Shall we give the geocache a miss for a minute and just go and have a look at the fort?
Yeah, go exploring. Good idea. The fort was begun around AD 124 and occupied for about 280 years by up to 800 auxiliary soldiers.
Yeah,
Goodness.
Looks like a big fort, doesn't it?
It does.
Lynn, shall we go down and look at that signpost down there?
Oh yeah, okay.
See what it says.
Alrighty.
Life outside the fort. Soldiers and civilians mixed in the vicus, a settlement outside the fort. It was a lively community of people from many places in the empire, engaged in trade, leisure, worship. Soldiers, sweethearts and families would also have lived here. And there's the remains of it just there. Or some of it anyway. Okay, we're going up into the fort.
Right, this is the commander's house. The commander of a Roman cohort would have had the biggest house right in the middle of the fort, next to the headquarters building. This one at Housesteads had stables for housing the commander's horses. Woohoo. The commander was known as a prefect.
Right.
Goodness.
Let's go up and have a look. These are remains of foundations. There's the stables to the left. Okay, his house was in here, in this area. You can see him there in the courtyard. There's the commander's house in that green area over there, in front of Whelan Stanley. Oh look, here's the underfloor heating.
Oh,
Good for an English winter. The floor is missing and you can look down to where the hot air went in underneath the floor. That's quite cool.
very cool.
Look at the view the fort had out over the countryside.
Yeah.
It's quite a commanding view, isn't it? You see people coming for miles.
Yes. Right, now this area here is the hospital, and we've got an information panel on the looking after the soldiers. Because the army played a crucial part in the Roman Empire, great care was taken with the health and welfare of ordinary soldiers. All soldiers were trained in first aid and some specialised as doctors and orderlies, sometimes in dedicated hospitals.
This is storage for the food supply. Roman forts had granaries to store huge quantities of food required by hundreds of soldiers. This is where it was kept.
Granaries had strong buttressed stone walls with air vents, an overhanging roof to keep rain away from the walls, and raised floors to allow the circulation of air and to stop moisture and rodents from spoiling the supplies. Yeah, they had to be kept safe from hazards such as fire, mould and vermin.
Covers a huge area, doesn't it, Lynn?
It does.
Oh, here's another notice board. What's this area of the fort?
Yeah, not sure. Let's see. Oh, barracks.
The barracks. Ah, this is where all the soldiers lived, eh?
Archaeology has revealed radical changes to the fort beginning around AD 300. One of the most important was the reconstruction of the barracks from single long buildings to smaller individual chalets.
Oh, nice.
That would have been a big
Good for
difference.
the soldiers. Just coming down to the corner of the fort, and you can see the wall stretching away into the distance there. There are a few dry stone walls from farms over left and right of it, but the main one you can see stretching through here is Hadrian's wall. This is where it joins the fort.
Much of the standing masonry of the wall was removed in early modern times and used for local roads and farmhouses. None of it stands to its original height. The soldiers here were made up of the legions who built it and regiments of auxiliary infantry and cavalry drawn from the provinces. Auxiliaries were non-citizen troops, recruits from the provinces. They were mostly volunteers.
Okay, time to go geocaching, Lynn.
Oh, good. Okay. 215 metres. That's good.
Which direction?
Well, that away.
Out over there somewhere,
Yes.
by that clump of trees and that wall. Okay, that looks like a dry stone wall from farming,
Right.
because here's Hadrian's wall, much more substantial looking down here, isn't it?
It is.
You making all right down there?
Yes.
Not too slippery?
Hey. No, it's good.
It's a lot steeper than it looks in the video.
It's quite tall, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it would have been hugely taller in the old days.
Wow.
I think this has been sort of put together again, tidied up a bit.
Right.
In the old days, it would have been way up above us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's very wide too.
Yeah, it's fairly solid, isn't it?
Sure is. Right, let's get this geocache.
Look at that, there's a gateway in the wall here.
Goodness.
Oh, you can see it over there. And this is what it looked like when the Romans were here.
Very grand.
Reconstructed to its likely appearance in the 4th century AD. You see the soldiers checking people in and out through the gateway.
We're passing through one of the few gates through the wall that isn't part of a mile castle or fort. The gateway was constructed to allow trade traffic through the wall sometime around the 4th century.
Now on to get the geocache. How far now, Lynn?
180 metres.
Hey, it's probably up at the top there.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, it's not on the top. Looks like we've got a bit more of a walk. Maybe down in the corner where that 2 dry stone walls meet.
It could be. It's 50 metres.
50 metres?
We are getting there.
Must be close to it then.
Yes.
That would be a logical place to put a geocache. No? Well, geocaches are often hidden in the corner of things, aren't they? This dry stone wall's a little smaller than Hadrian's wall, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. Looks like it could be in one of those big rockets.
So tricky, eh? Keep away from the dry stone wall because that can cause problems when people start taking the stones out. Maybe it's under one of these big ones here.
And underneath 2 large boulders and a quiet spot.
Okay, that's over to the right.
Yes.
Let's go over and see if we can see it. In between 2 large boulders. Keep an eye out. Can you see the cache? Oh, there it is. Quite a big one. Nice hide. Let's see what's in here. Ooh, a little bit of swag. Here's a bit of a joke. A little book on dinosaurs or robots, I'm not sure which. Yep. And of course the logbooks. And you said you thought there was a trackable in here, Lynn?
Yes, there's supposed to be a trackable there.
Is there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Don't really see a trackable. There's an awful lot of calling cards.
Well, that's disappointing.
No, can't see it.
Well, what was that one right underneath there?
Where?
Right, and the last one right underneath. That's not that round circle's nothing?
No, no.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, the trackable might be in this bag here. This is probably what the trackable is. Hey, what was in the plastic bag, Lynn?
Well, it's addressed to another scout.
Okay.
So, chap was Bradley is a scout,
Yep.
and he's on holiday, and he's come to the geocache, and he wants a pen pal, somebody to write to him.
We'll put it back in there for him.
Yeah, somebody might just do that.
Well, this brings us to the end of our Hadrian's Wall cache walk. We hope you enjoyed the look around and that nice geocache that we found. Thanks for watching.
And don't forget to go geocaching.